God, I'm here tonight with a mind that has not fully stopped moving all day. Before I try to sleep, before I let the lights go out and the house grow quiet, I just want to sit with you for a few minutes. I don't want to rush into rest while my thoughts are still running. I need your help to slow down. It's been a full day. There were conversations, responsibilities, decisions, interruptions, and little moments that pulled my attention in every direction. Even now, as everything around me is getting quieter, my mind still feels awake. It keeps replaying things, it keeps planning, it keeps remembering what I didn't finish. And I don't want to carry all of that into the night. So I'm coming to you as I am. Not polished, not perfectly focused, just tired. Tired in my body, tired in my thoughts, and honestly, a little tired in my heart too. You already see that. I don't have to pretend with you. Help me become aware of this moment right now. Help me notice that I am safe in this space. The day is done. What was completed is completed. What wasn't will wait. The world will keep turning without me managing it for a few hours. Remind me that I am allowed to rest. There's a kind of noise that doesn't come from outside but from within. It's the constant evaluating, the replaying of conversations, the wondering if I said the wrong thing, the questioning of whether I did enough. Tonight, I lay that mental noise before you. I don't want to argue with it. I don't want to fight it. I just want to hand it over. You know every detail of this day. You were present in the moments I noticed and in the ones I rushed through. You saw the effort I gave. You saw the parts where I struggled. You saw the things no one else saw, the private thoughts, the silent frustrations, the small victories that went uncelebrated. And because you saw it all, I don't have to keep reviewing it. As I settle here, I ask you to quiet what doesn't need to speak anymore. If there are thoughts that are useful for tomorrow, hold them for me. If there are worries that don't belong to me at all, take them gently out of my hands. I don't want to grip things you never asked me to carry. Sometimes I don't even realize how tense I've been until I try to slow down. I've been bracing for the next email, the next responsibility, the next demand. I've been trying to stay ahead of everything. And now that the day is ending, I feel the weight of that effort. Help me release the pressure to be ahead of everything. Help me accept that I am human, limited, and still deeply cared for. God, I don't want to fall asleep with a restless spirit. I want to lie down knowing that you are awake. I want to rest knowing that you are steady. I want my mind to learn that it doesn't have to solve everything before it can be quiet. If there were mistakes today, I place them in your hands. If I misunderstood someone, or someone misunderstood me, I trust you with that too. If I fell short in ways I can't even see yet, guide me gently tomorrow. Tonight I receive your mercy. I receive the grace that covers what I could not do perfectly. There may be concerns about tomorrow already forming in my mind, things scheduled, conversations anticipated, decisions waiting. Instead of letting them grow into anxiety, I set them down now. Tomorrow has its own time. Right now, this moment belongs to rest. Teach my heart that pausing is not weakness, slowing down is not failure, sleep is not laziness, it is trust. It is admitting that I am not you, and that is a good thing. You are God, and I am not. You hold the world together without strain. I can close my eyes because you do not. If there's anything unresolved in my heart, resentment, disappointment, regret, begin to soften it. I don't need to fix every emotion tonight. I just don't want to carry sharp edges into my sleep. Smooth what feels jagged, calm what feels unsettled. I also thank you for what went right today, for the small kindnesses, for the moments of laughter, for strength that showed up when I thought I had none left, for protection I didn't even notice, for breath in my lungs right now. Gratitude helps my mind settle. It reminds me that this day was not only heavy, it was also held by you. As I continue sitting here, I imagine placing the entire day into your hands, like setting down a bag I've been carrying. Every conversation, every task, every feeling. I release them one by one, not because they don't matter, but because I trust that you care about them even more than I do. Quiet the background noise inside me, not by force, but by reassurance. Whisper to my heart that I am not behind. I am not abandoned. I am not alone in figuring life out. You are already in tomorrow. You are already in the places that worry me. Let this be the beginning of real rest, not just physical sleep, but mental quiet, spiritual safety, emotional relief. I don't need dramatic peace. I just need steady peace, the kind that settles slowly and stays. I am here, God. I am listening. Teach me how to listen more than I speak tonight. Teach me how to be still without feeling restless. Teach my thoughts to slow their pace. The day is over. I'm not carrying it anymore. I'm placing it in your care, and I'm staying here with you as my mind begins to soften and my heart begins to trust. And as I stay here with you, I start to notice how quickly my thoughts try to pull me away again. It's almost automatic. One small memory turns into a long chain of thinking. One unfinished task becomes a list. One concern about tomorrow becomes 10 different scenarios. My mind wants to stay busy even when my body is ready to lie down. God, you see how hard it is for me to switch off. I don't always know how to separate responsibility from worry. I tell myself I'm being prepared, that I'm being productive by thinking everything through, but most of the time I'm just going in circles. I replay conversations, wondering if I sounded foolish. I rethink decisions, questioning if I chose the wrong option. I imagine outcomes that haven't even happened. Tonight, I want to bring that habit into the light instead of pretending it isn't there. I overthink. I try to predict. I try to prevent every possible disappointment, and it exhausts me. You never asked me to live 10 steps ahead of where I am. You never told me to solve tomorrow before I sleep. That pressure didn't come from you, so I give it back. If there's something truly important that needs attention, remind me tomorrow with clarity. But right now I refuse to let every random thought claim urgency. Not every idea deserves my energy. Not every fear deserves my focus. Some of the noise in my head isn't even about tasks. It's about people. It's about what they think of me. It's about whether I measured up. It's about whether I disappointed someone without realizing it. I carry conversations long after they've ended. I try to read between lines that may not even exist. Help me release that tonight. I cannot control how everyone sees me. I cannot control every opinion. I can only walk in honesty and leave the rest in your hands. Free me from the need to manage perceptions while I'm trying to rest. There are also the deeper worries, the ones that don't always show themselves during the busy hours of the day. Financial concerns, health concerns, family tensions, future uncertainties. During the day, I can distract myself, but at night, they come forward. Instead of pushing them away, I place them in front of you. Not dramatically, just honestly. You know the bills, you know the appointments, you know the conversations that feel unresolved. You know the relationships that feel fragile. You know the private fears I don't speak out loud to anyone else. I don't have to carry them alone in the dark. It's strange how quiet can sometimes feel louder than noise. When everything settles, the inner voice gets stronger. But I ask you now to let your presence be stronger than my thoughts. Let your steadiness interrupt my spirals. When my mind starts building worst-case scenarios, gently remind me that those are not promises. They are not certainties. They are just fears trying to feel powerful. And fear does not get to decide the future. If I've been holding on to something because I think worrying about it makes me responsible, teach me a better way. Responsibility does not require anxiety. Care does not require panic. Planning does not require obsession. Show me the difference. There are moments when I feel like if I stop thinking about everything, something will fall apart, as if my constant awareness is the glue holding life together. But that isn't true. You are the one holding it together. You don't get tired. You don't forget details. You don't miss warning signs. I admit that part of my overthinking comes from wanting control. If I can analyze it enough, maybe I can guarantee the outcome. If I can prepare for every angle, maybe I won't be surprised. But control is heavy. It makes my chest tight. It keeps my mind racing. So I loosen my grip tonight, not because everything is solved, but because I trust you more than I trust my own mental calculations. Quiet the urge to check one more thing. Quiet the need to revisit one more conversation. Quiet the impulse to mentally rehearse tomorrow's events again and again. I've thought enough for today. Replace the noise with something steady. Not a flood of new thoughts, just calm. Just enough reassurance to let my mind settle. If there's guilt mixed into my thoughts, help me sort it out. Show me what is conviction that leads to growth and what is just self-criticism that leads nowhere. I don't want to punish myself in the quiet hours. If I need to apologize to someone, remind me tomorrow with clarity and courage. But tonight, let me rest in your mercy. And if my mind drifts again, because I know it probably will, gently bring me back. Not with frustration, not with shame. Just with patience. You are not irritated with my humanity. You understand how I'm wired. You know how easily my thoughts multiply. Thank you for not demanding perfection before granting peace. Thank you for meeting me in the middle of my scattered thinking. Thank you for staying steady, even when my mind feels anything but steady. I'm choosing, little by little, to trust you with what I cannot solve at this hour. I'm choosing to believe that sleep is not neglect. It is surrender. It is admitting that I've done what I could today, and the rest belongs to you. Let the volume of my thoughts decrease. Let the pace slow down. Let the urgency fade. I don't need to win arguments in my head. I don't need to rewrite the day. I don't need to forecast the next month. I am here. You are here. That is enough for this moment. As I continue to release this mental noise, I feel the space opening up inside me. Space where tension used to sit. Space where endless analysis used to spin. Fill that space with quiet trust, not loud emotion, not dramatic feelings, just steady assurance that you are present and that I am safe to rest. I'm setting the noise down now, thought by thought, worry by worry, scenario by scenario. I don't need them tonight. Hold my mind in your peace as we continue. Hold my mind in your peace as we continue, because I can already feel how my heart wants to reach back out and grab control again. It's like a reflex. Even when I'm trying to rest, some part of me believes I have to stay alert, stay prepared, stay in charge. And honestly, God, it's exhausting to live like that too. So tonight, I want to be truthful with you about the ways I try to control what I can't actually control. I try to manage outcomes. I try to keep people happy. I try to avoid discomfort. I try to protect myself from uncertainty by thinking harder, planning more, anticipating every possible problem. But all that effort doesn't give me peace. It just gives me more tension. I admit that sometimes I hold control because I'm afraid. Afraid of being disappointed, afraid of being embarrassed, afraid of things going wrong when I'm not ready, afraid that if I relax, I'll miss something important, and then it will be my fault. But you don't ask me to live in fear. You don't ask me to carry the burden of being my own protector, my own provider, my own savior. You call me to trust you, and trust is hard when I've gotten used to relying on myself. So I'm practicing tonight, right here in this quiet moment, what it looks like to let go. Not in a vague way, not in a pretend way, but in a real way where I name the things I've been gripping and I slowly open my hands. God, I release the need to control tomorrow. I release the need to control how people respond to me. I release the need to control outcomes at school, at work, in my home, in my relationships. I release the need to control timing, to force answers, to demand clarity right now. Some things are not ready to be solved. Some doors are not ready to open. Some questions don't have an immediate answer. And that doesn't mean you are absent. It just means I'm living one day at a time like a human being, not like someone who knows everything. Help me accept that I cannot predict every turn life will take. I cannot guarantee my own safety through constant thinking. I cannot keep everyone from making choices I don't like. I cannot fix what is outside my reach. And God, that truth can feel scary. So meet me in the fear. Don't just tell me to trust. Help me trust. When I feel that urge to tighten up inside, to brace myself, remind me gently that I am not alone. Remind me that you are not surprised by anything coming. Remind me that you are already present in whatever I'm anxious about. You are already there, and you will still be God when I arrive. Sometimes I confuse control with strength. I think being strong means staying on top of everything and never needing help. But tonight, I'm learning that real strength is admitting I need you. Real strength is surrender. Real strength is resting when I could keep spinning. God, I give you my plans, even the good plans, even the responsible plans. Because sometimes I hold on to good plans in an unhealthy way, as if my planning is the foundation instead of you. I want you to be the foundation. If I've been forcing something that isn't yours, help me release it. If I've been pushing myself past healthy limits, help me slow down. If I've been measuring my worth by results, help me remember that my worth comes from being loved by you, not from performing perfectly. And God, I also release the need to control my own emotions. Sometimes I get frustrated with myself for feeling anxious, for feeling sad, for feeling overwhelmed. I tell myself I should be past this by now. I tell myself I should be more mature, more calm, more stable. But that kind of self-pressure only adds another layer of burden. So tonight I accept that I'm a person with real feelings, and you can handle them. I don't need to hide them or clean them up before bringing them to you. I can come as I am. If there's grief in me, hold it. If there's disappointment in me, hold it. If there's anger in me, help me not to turn it inward. If there's fear in me, remind me that fear doesn't get the final word. I think about the things I've been trying to control lately. Maybe it's a relationship that feels uncertain. Maybe it's a goal that feels out of reach. Maybe it's a situation at home that I can't fix by myself. Maybe it's my health or someone else's. Maybe it's money. Maybe it's the future in general. Whatever it is, you know it specifically. So right now, I place that specific thing in front of you. I don't want it to stay vague. I want to be honest. This is what I've been carrying. This is what I've been trying to manage. This is where I've been trying to be God in my own life. And I don't want that role. I can't handle it. God, take the weight of it. Take the pressure of it. Take the illusion that I can control it if I just worry enough. Teach me how to do what is mine to do, and then stop. Teach me how to take the next right step and not demand to see the whole staircase. Teach me how to be faithful in small things and trust you with the rest. And as I let go, I ask you to replace control with peace. Not a fake peace that ignores reality, but a grounded peace that comes from knowing you are real, you are near, and you are capable. Let my heart unclench. Let my thoughts stop gripping the same problems. Let my body recognize that it doesn't have to stay on guard tonight. I'm not in danger just because I don't have every answer. God, I give you permission to be God in my life. I surrender the role I've been trying to play. I don't want to carry what only you can carry. And as I breathe and settle deeper into this moment, I choose trust over control again and again, even if it feels small. I choose to believe that you will guide me when I need guidance. You will provide what I need when I need it. You will strengthen me when I am weak. You will correct me when I'm off track. You will comfort me when I'm hurting. I don't have to force life to behave. I can rest under your care. So tonight, I let go. I release the tight grip. I stop the constant managing. And I stay here with you, allowing your steadiness to become my steadiness. Little by little, as we keep moving toward rest. And as I keep moving toward rest with you, I realize something important. Letting go is easier when I remember who you are. Trust doesn't grow in a vacuum. It grows when I look back and see how you've carried me before. So tonight, God, I want to remember. Not in a forced way, but in a simple, honest way. Because there have been days I thought I wouldn't make it through, and I did. There have been seasons I thought would break me, and somehow I'm still here. There were problems that felt impossible, and even if they didn't resolve the way I expected, you still gave me what I needed to keep going. You provided strength when I didn't feel strong. You gave me help through people, through timing, through small openings I didn't see coming. Sometimes when I'm anxious, I act like you've never helped me before. I act like everything depends on me now. But that isn't the truth. The truth is, you've been faithful to me more times than I can count. Even when I wasn't thinking about you. Even when I didn't ask for help the right way. Even when I didn't notice the help until later. So I want to slow down and remember specific things. I remember times when I felt stuck, and then a way forward opened. I remember times when I felt alone and then someone checked on me, or a conversation shifted, or I felt comfort in a quiet moment I can't fully explain. I remember times when I didn't have enough, and somehow I made it through that month, that week, that day. I remember times when I felt overwhelmed, and You help me take one step at a time. God, thank you for not being unreliable. Thank you for not being moody. Thank you for not loving me only when I'm doing well. You are steady. You are consistent. You don't change the way people change. You don't get tired of me. You don't get bored with me. You don't abandon me when I struggle. And even when I've made choices I regret, even when I've gone my own way, you didn't stop being present. You might have corrected me. You might have slowed me down, but you didn't throw me away. Your mercy has been real in my life. It has met me in places I didn't deserve it. And tonight, remembering that mercy makes my heart softer. I think about the fact that you've carried people through hard things for generations. I'm not the first person to lie down at night with worry. I'm not the first person to feel afraid about tomorrow. I'm not the first person to feel worn down by life. And you have not failed all those others. You won't start failing with me. Sometimes I want a sign that everything will be okay, but maybe what I need most is not a sign about the future, but a reminder about your character. You are good, you are patient, you are wise, you are close. You don't panic, you don't rush, you don't get overwhelmed by my problems. God, my life might feel complicated, but you are not confused. My choices might feel heavy, but you are not burdened. My timing might feel urgent, but you are not hurried. You see what I can't see. You know what I don't know. You understand all the details that are hidden from me, and when I remember this, my body starts to relax in a different way. Not because everything is fixed, but because I'm not alone in it. I'm not carrying the future in my own hands. I'm being carried by you even when I can't feel it. I remember, God, that there were prayers I whispered that you answered. Sometimes you answered quickly. Sometimes you answered slowly. Sometimes you answered by changing circumstances. And sometimes you answered by changing me. But when I look back, I can see your hand in more places than I realized at the time. And even the prayers you didn't answer the way I wanted, you were still faithful. Because you didn't leave me bitter and stuck forever. You kept shaping me, holding me, and guiding me through disappointment. You didn't waste my pain. You didn't ignore my tears. Tonight, I'm letting my memory work for my peace. I'm refusing to let fear act like it's the only voice with evidence. Fear is loud, but it isn't honest. It forgets the past on purpose. It tells me you won't come through, even though you have come through. So I challenge that fear tonight with simple truth. God has been faithful before. You were faithful when I didn't know what to do. You were faithful when I felt like I didn't have enough. You were faithful when I felt rejected. You were faithful when I felt ashamed. You were faithful when I felt trapped. You were faithful when I was sick or tired or stressed or grieving. You were faithful when I didn't even realize I needed help. And God, even if my life story has chapters that still hurt, even if there are parts that feel unresolved, I can still say this. You have not abandoned me. I'm still here. I'm still breathing. I still have moments of kindness, moments of light, moments of strength. And those are signs of your care. Thank you for the ways you've provided, even quietly. Thank you for the ways you've protected me from things I didn't see. Thank you for the times you redirected me when I was heading towards something that would have harmed me. Thank you for the patience you've shown when I've been slow to learn. I also want to remember, God, that your faithfulness is not dependent on my mood. Even if I don't feel full of faith tonight, you remain faithful. Even if my trust feels small, you remain steady. Even if I'm tired, you are not threatened by my tiredness. So I bring my small trust to you. I bring my shaky confidence. I bring my simple need to feel safe enough to sleep. And I let the memory of your faithfulness become a pillow for my mind. Help me carry that remembrance into the night. When I start to drift and my thoughts try to rise again, remind me gently, you've held me before and you will hold me again. I don't have to stay on alert. I don't have to keep proving anything. I don't have to earn your attention. Your faithfulness is already here, already surrounding me, already working even when I can't see it. So I rest my mind on what I know about you. I choose to lean into the truth that you are the same God who helped me yesterday, last year, and in the hardest moments I've ever faced. And that same steady care is here with me now, as we keep moving toward deeper peace. And with that remembrance settling in me, God, I want to lean into a simple truth tonight. I am not unprotected. Even when the lights are off, even when my eyes are closed, even when I can't stay aware of everything, you are still here. You are still watching. You are still present. And that changes the feeling of the night, because nighttime can stir up old fears. The quiet can make worries feel bigger. Shadows in the mind can stretch. The body can feel more sensitive to stress. And sometimes, even when nothing is actually wrong in the room, I can still feel uneasy inside. So I ask you for a real sense of safety, not a pretend confidence that ignores reality, but a calm assurance that my life is in your hands. Let your protection be more than an idea tonight. Let it become a felt peace, a steady calm that sits over me like a covering. God, I place this room under your care. I place my home under your care. If I'm in a place that doesn't feel fully comfortable, meet me here anyway. If I'm alone tonight, remind me I'm not truly alone. If I'm with others, let there be peace in this space. Let there be quiet. Let there be rest. Guard my mind as I sleep, not only from external things, but from internal spirals. Protect me from the kind of thoughts that try to attack my peace at night. Shame, fear, regret, panic, and that sudden sense that something is about to go wrong. If those thoughts show up, help them lose their power quickly. Help me return to calm without a struggle. Protect my body too, God. I ask for steady breathing, a calm heartbeat, and a nervous system that can finally stand down. I've spent enough hours on high alert. I don't want to stay braced through the night. I want my body to recognize that it can rest. If there's anything in me that has been carrying stress quietly, tension I didn't notice, exhaustion I've been pushing through, let your peace reach those places. Not in a dramatic way, just in a gentle way. Let my body feel cared for. God, I also bring the people I love into this prayer. Some of them are close by, some are far away. Some are safe in their beds, some are working late, some are struggling. And some I haven't heard from in a while. I can't watch over them, I can't control what happens in their lives, but you can be with them. So I ask you to protect them tonight. Watch over my family, watch over my friends, watch over the people I worry about. Be close to the one who feels lonely. Strengthen the one who is sick. Comfort the one who is grieving. Guide the one who feels lost. Give rest to the one who is overworked. Provide safety for the one who is traveling or staying out late. You know where each person is right now, and you know what they need. And God, for the situations that feel uncertain, relationships that feel strained, problems that feel unresolved, decisions that feel heavy, I ask for your protection over those too. Protect my heart from bitterness. Protect my mind from constant suspicion. Protect my spirit from hopelessness. Don't let worry take over my personality. Don't let stress shape how I see myself or how I see you. I also ask for protection from the ways the enemy, or just the weight of life, tries to discourage me. Sometimes discouragement doesn't arrive as a loud attack. It comes as a slow drain, a quiet voice that says, "Nothing will change," or "You're alone." God, I reject those lies tonight. Speak something steadier to me. Not hype, not pressure, just truth. Remind me that I am not trapped. Remind me that I am not forgotten. Remind me that my story is not over. Remind me that you can make a way even when I don't see one yet. God, I ask you to protect my sleep itself. Let it be real rest, not half sleep filled with stress. If I wake up in the middle of the night, meet me there. If my thoughts try to start running again, calm them. If I feel anxious for no clear reason, steady me. Help me return to rest without feeling frustrated. And if there are dreams tonight, let them not be heavy or tormenting. Let my mind be protected even in that vulnerable state where it sorts and processes. Let the night be gentle on me. I also give you the parts of my life that I can't supervise when I'm asleep. The phone, the messages, the situations happening in other places. I don't need to keep checking. I don't need to stay available to everything. I can step away, I can be offline, I can be quiet. You will still be attentive. God, there's something comforting about knowing that your protection is not fragile. It doesn't depend on my awareness. It doesn't depend on my strength. It doesn't depend on me getting everything right. You are able to guard me even when I'm exhausted. So I settle into that. I let the night become less threatening and more ordinary. Just a night, just hours of rest. Not a space where fear gets to run wild. Not a space where my mind has to keep scanning for danger. This is a time you made for restoration. I ask you to place peace over the doorways, over the windows, over the whole space I'm in. And even more than that, place peace over my inner life. Let my heart feel sheltered. Let my thoughts feel less sharp. Let my emotions feel held. Thank you, God, for being the kind of protector who doesn't sleep. Thank you for being near without needing me to perform. Thank you for being strong without making me feel small. Thank you for covering what I cannot cover. And now, as I continue moving toward rest, I want to stay under that protection with trust. I don't have to keep watch. I don't have to keep checking. I can let the night be what it is, a place where you care for me while I sleep. So I receive your protection, not as a theory, but as a comfort I'm allowed to feel. And I keep resting in it, letting it quiet me more and more. And as I rest in that sense of protection, God, I notice there are still a few deeper places in me that want to stay guarded. It's like I can relax on the surface, but underneath, there are worries that have been sitting there for a long time. Not loud worries, but the kind that shape how I carry myself. The kind that make me hold my breath emotionally, even when nothing is happening in the moment. So tonight, with your presence close, I want to go a little deeper. I want to bring you the hidden weight, the things I don't always talk about, the fears I keep tucked away because I don't want to seem weak, or needy or complicated, but you already know them and you're not scared of them. You don't pull away when I'm honest, you stay. God, I surrender the fear of not being enough, the fear that I'll fail people, the fear that I'll disappoint someone I care about, the fear that I'll be misunderstood and judged, the fear that I'll try my best and it still won't be enough. I'm tired of living under those fears like they're the rules of my life. I give you the pressure I put on myself to always be improving, always achieving, always proving that I deserve space in this world. That pressure is heavy. It has stolen joy from me at times. It has made me harsh with myself. And tonight, I don't want to sleep with that voice still running. I want to rest as someone who is loved, not as someone who is constantly trying to earn love. God, if there's been loneliness in me, I bring that too. The kind of loneliness that can exist even when other people are around. The feeling that no one really sees the full picture. The sense that I have to carry certain things by myself because I don't want to burden anyone. You see that loneliness clearly, and I ask you to meet me in it. Help me feel connected to you in a way that is real, not forced. And if there's sadness I've been pushing down, I place it in front of you. Some sadness comes from specific losses. Some sadness comes from disappointment. Some sadness comes from being tired for too long. I don't always know what to do with it, so sometimes I just keep moving. But tonight I let it exist in your presence. I don't need to justify it. I don't need to hide it. I just need you close. God, I surrender my need to understand everything. I surrender my demand for answers right now. There are questions I've been holding. Why something happened, why someone changed, why doors closed, why things have taken so long. I keep reaching for explanations, and it keeps my mind busy. But tonight, I release the demand for certainty. I ask for enough peace to sleep even when I don't have every answer. I also surrender the fear of the future, the fear that something bad is around the corner, the fear that I'll lose what I have, the fear that things will get harder and I won't be able to handle it. God, I confess that I sometimes live like the future is an enemy waiting to surprise me, but you are already in the future. And you are not an enemy. You are my Father, you are my shepherd, you are my God. Help me trust that whatever comes, I won't face it alone. Help me trust that you'll provide what I need when I need it. Not always early, not always the way I imagine, but faithfully. Teach my heart to stop panicking about what hasn't happened yet. God, I also surrender the parts of my story that still feel unresolved. Things I wish I could rewrite. Moments I feel embarrassed about. Choices I regret. Words I wish I could take back. I can replay them so easily. I can punish myself with them late at night. But tonight, I place them in your hands. I ask you to cover them with mercy and to teach me what I need to learn without crushing me with shame. If I need to make something right, show me tomorrow with clarity. Give me humility and courage, but tonight, let me rest in forgiveness. Let me rest in the truth that my worst moment is not the full definition of me. You are still shaping me. You are still working. God, there are burdens I carry that I didn't choose. Expectations from others, family dynamics, responsibilities that came too early, situations that are complicated and emotionally draining. I've tried to be strong about them. I've tried not to complain, but it's heavy, so I bring that heaviness here. I ask you to take what I cannot fix. I ask you to steady what I cannot control. I ask you to give me wisdom for what is mine to handle, and peace for what is not mine. I don't want to carry everyone's emotions on my back. I don't want to feel responsible for everyone's happiness. I can love people without becoming their savior. Only you can be that. And God, I surrender my timeline. The way I think life should look by now. The way I compare myself to others. The way I feel behind. The way I feel like I missed something. That comparison steals rest from me. It makes me anxious even in quiet moments. Tonight I release that. My life is not a race. My path is not someone else's path. You are not confused about where I am. You are not rushing me with shame. Give me the ability to trust your pace, even if it's slower than I want, even if it includes waiting, even if it includes repetition and learning the same lesson more than once. You're patient with me. Help me be patient with myself. God, I surrender the need to stay emotionally guarded. Sometimes I hold back because I've been hurt before. Sometimes I stay distant because I don't want to hope too much and be disappointed. Sometimes I keep my expectations low so I won't feel pain, but that guardedness also keeps me tense. It keeps me from receiving comfort. So tonight, I ask you to soften me, not into someone careless, but into someone who can trust you even when people are imperfect. Heal what has been bruised in me, strengthen what has been worn down, and teach me how to live open-handed with my life. Not reckless, not naive, but surrendered. God, I want to trust you in a way that reaches my nervous system, not just my thoughts. I want to trust you in the quiet, in the middle of the night, when no one is watching. I want to trust you enough to stop rehearsing problems and start receiving rest. So I give you the last little pieces I've been holding, the ones I keep just in case, the ones that feel too personal to say, the ones that make my throat tighten when I think about them. You already know them and you're still here. So I hand them over. And as I do, I ask you to fill the empty space with calm, with steady assurance, with the kind of peace that doesn't need a big explanation, just the quiet sense that I am held. I'm not trying to force sleep. I'm not trying to perform peace. I'm simply surrendering layer by layer until my heart is lighter than it was. And I trust that you will keep holding what I can't hold, even as I drift closer to rest. And as my heart gets lighter, God, I want to stay right here with you a little longer, because this is the place I forget to return to. This quiet space where I don't have to prove anything, where I don't have to plan the next step, where I can simply be a person who is loved and cared for. Tonight, I don't need a perfect ending to the day. I just need a safe ending. I need a gentle landing, and I believe you can give me that. So I'm choosing to let the day fade, not by erasing it, not by pretending it didn't matter, but by letting it be finished. The conversations are over for now. The tasks are paused. The noise is fading. I don't have to keep holding myself upright with stress. I can let my shoulders drop. I can let my mind stop scanning. I can let the tight places inside me loosen. God, if there's still a part of me that wants to stay alert, remind that part of me that you are alert. If there's still a part of me that wants to stay in control, remind that part of me that you are in control. If there's still a part of me that feels like rest is risky, remind that part of me that you are trustworthy. I'm giving you the last look at my day, the parts I liked, the parts I didn't, the moments I'm proud of, the moments I wish I could redo. I'm not hiding anything from you, but I'm also not going to keep holding it. I place it down now, fully. I let it be yours. And I ask you, God, to guard my mind in these final minutes before sleep. Let my thoughts be simple. Let my inner world be calm. If a worry tries to rise up again, help me notice it and release it quickly without arguing with it. Help me return to this steady truth. You are here and you are good. If I wake up later in the middle of the night and my mind tries to start working again, help me come back to you easily. Let it be natural. Let it be gentle. Let me remember that I don't have to solve anything in the dark. I can breathe, I can settle, and I can trust that you will handle what I cannot handle. God, I ask for deep rest, the kind that reaches beyond my muscles and into my mind, the kind that repairs the parts of me that have been stretched too thin, the kind that helps me wake up with a clearer head. Not because my life is suddenly perfect, but because I was truly allowed to be restored. Be close to me through the night, not as a distant idea, but as a real comfort. If my heart feels tender, hold it gently. If my mind feels sensitive, cover it with peace. If my body feels worn out, let it recover. If my spirit feels tired, breathe new strength into it as I sleep. And God, I also choose forgiveness tonight. If someone hurt me today, I don't want to carry that pain into my dreams. I'm not saying it didn't matter. I'm not saying it was okay. I'm simply saying I don't want it to rule my inner life. So I place the hurt in your hands. I trust you to handle what is fair, what is healing, and what is wise. I don't have to replay it anymore tonight. And if I hurt someone, even unintentionally, I place that with you too. I ask you to help me make things right when the time is right. But I refuse to punish myself through the night. I accept your correction when I need it, and I accept your mercy as well. God, I'm letting tomorrow belong to tomorrow. I'm not stepping into it early in my imagination. I'm not dragging myself forward with fear. Tomorrow will come, and when it does, you will meet me there. You will give me what I need then. Right now, I'm allowed to sleep. Thank you for staying with me through every part of this prayer. Thank you for being patient with my wandering thoughts. Thank you for being gentle with my weakness. Thank you for not demanding that I be strong all the time. Thank you for being the kind of God who welcomes tired people. So now, God, I'm going to let my attention soften. I'm going to let my breathing slow on its own. I'm going to let the room be quiet. I'm going to let my mind stop reaching for one more thought. I'm going to let my body rest without guilt. And as I drift, I want my last feeling to be trust. Not intense, not forced, just simple trust. The kind of trust that says, God, you've got me. The kind of trust that says, I am safe enough to sleep. The kind of trust that says, even if I don't understand everything, I am held. God, I place myself in your care now. Watch over me through the night. Let peace settle over me and stay. Let the noise stay quiet. Let my heart stay steady. And let me sleep deeply, knowing that your love does not pause when I do. Amen.